Everything you're about to hear is for entertainment purposes only. Listen, have some fun, but don't ever do, believe, or promote anything they say. They're idiots.
Guys, hold up. You should know, this ain't for everybody. Welcome to Savagely Loud. What's happening, people? Welcome back to the show where we believe the facts divided by feelings equals failure, and nobody wants that. I'm Cliff, I'm your host, and we'll start out by addressing the elephant in the room. Typically now is where I introduce my furry little friend and co-host, Mikey Wold, but Mikey Wold is no longer with the show. We'll get into more detail about it later, but everything's cool with me and him, but let's just say the corporatocracy pulled another victory, and we're going to talk about that today because ever since the start of COVID, we have been dealing with something that we shouldn't have been dealing with. And if you want to help me get this message out, you can find me on Instagram, Savagely Loud podcast page, where you can find a personal link to my personal page, Savagely Loud. That is where I'm most active. I am active on social, on Facebook too, at Savagely Loud. You can find us on YouTube at Savagely Loud Podcast. Please subscribe, hit the bell, do all that stuff. Give us a rating on Spotify or Apple iTunes or wherever you listen to. Rate us, review us, do the whole thing. Help me out here because I'm officially a one-man show. But here, going back to what I just said, once COVID hit in 2019, we started seeing a massive shift in the way the world operated, an absolute massive shift. And that shift was from freedom to corporatocracy, from U.S. government to corporatocracy, from global government to global corporatocracy. And what that means is, it means that we saw the corporations start running the earth. We saw the corporations start removing the freedoms from the people that it employed that the government wanted to remove all along, but couldn't do it. So what they did was they gave the power to the corporations to say, hey, you're not allowed to do that and work for this company at the same time, even if those two things are mutually exclusive. Even if you're doing this thing off in the shadows on your off time when you're supposed to be free because you live in fucking America, you can't work here. And that's what we're seeing now. And that's what society as a whole is suffering from. One of the greatest things it's suffering from right now is the fucking corporatocracy rule of the universe. Guys, when COVID hit, what did we see? We see it was all about the pokey joke, right? If you're not going to get the pokey poke, you're not going to have a fucking job. What did we see later then? We saw all the people that said, you fucking told me that I had to get this if I wanted to keep my job. And they said, no, we said we only employ those people that have it. It was still your decision whether or not to get it. Guys, this is an absolute fucking tyrannical horseshit way of running things because it is killing, especially American society, because now America's supposed to be the freest place on earth. America's supposed to be the last bastion of freedom. America's supposed to be the last fucking place we get to say what we want to say whenever the fuck we want to say it. But what's happening is these fucking nerds and dweebs in these stupid fucking corporate offices are again making shit up in their head to figure out how it could harm the company. Fuck the company. How about that? How about we get to a point where it's all about America? If it's all about America, then it's all about Americans. If it's all about Americans, that makes the Americans happy. And happy people work better. People that believe they're free work better. People that have proof that they can live their life outside of corporate leadership, they just work better. They operate better. They act better. They don't fucking become shitty human beings out in society. They're not the ones pissing and moaning at the fucking cashier at Piggly Wiggly, or they're not fucking throwing their food around at McDonald's because the fucking cheeseburger was cold. We just don't get to a point in society where it's all falling apart when people are fucking happy. And how are we seeing primarily fucking actual normal human beings, why are we seeing normal human beings be just rise in numbers of depression, rise in rates of suicide, rise in fucking overall discontentment with their own lives? It's because the fucking corporations are cutting our freedoms every single fucking day, and nobody fucking realizes it. And here's the other fucking thing that pisses me off the most. The people that do realize it, the people that bitch most about it, are the people that fucking roll over and let it happen. The people that bitch most about the corporations running their fucking lives allow it. Most of the people that are bitching of that their boss doesn't want them to do something on their off time still keep going to work for that boss. And what do they do then? Then they get off of work for that boss, and then they go privately complain about how this system is terrible, it's tyrannical, it's no good for anybody, it's killing society, it's ruining my life, blah, 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 blah. And what do they do then? They go to bed because they got to get back up for work in the morning to go work for that very same boss. This shit has been driving me fucking crazy since COVID, man. I've talked to literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in the last 5 fucking years that all fit into the category of you bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch that the system's in place, and then you bend your fucking knee to it the very, very first time you're fucking tested. I'm so fucking done. Like, I'm at my wit's end listening to people bitch about shit they won't fucking change. Listening to people fucking justify things away, excuse things away, explain things away just because they did it. I'm so fucking tired of listening to people bitch that all of our freedoms are being burnt in a fucking garbage can and they're helping it. The only fucking way we get our freedoms back is for fucking people to stop bending the knee to these goddamn corporations. These soulless, devil-worshipping fucking corporations that only give a fuck about money have to stop being capitulated to by the people that they employ. That's the only way it changes. But the problem with that is nobody's gonna fucking do it. You know what? Let me tell you a story about a fucking hero I know. This woman was faced with a career-changing, career-ending decision when COVID came around. She worked for Cancer Treatment Centers of America, and they mandated the fucking jab. They said, everybody that works here has to get the fucking jab, or you can't work here. And she faced that demon with fucking just, I can't even think about how fucking detrimental to her fucking life in that moment that decision had to be. And she faced it with courage. She faced it with bravery. She walked right into the unknown, having nothing, and said, fuck it. I'm not selling my soul to you. You can keep your fucking vaccination. I fucking quit. She ended her fucking career at Cancer Treatment Centers of America that was going very well, all because she didn't want the system to continue the way the system was continuing. And that woman is my fucking wife. My wife is one of the quietest people I know. My wife just absolutely loves to not be in the spotlight. My wife has a bigger fucking cock than most of the fucking guys I know today. Because she actually stands behind her fucking words. She says, I'm getting fucking tired of the way the system is fucking everybody, and then she doesn't play with it. She doesn't bend the knee to it. She doesn't say, oh yes, start slobbing the fucking knob and then shows back up for work in the morning. She doesn't do it. She's got a bigger fucking dick than most of the fucking guys I know. And I'm so fucking tired of listening to fucking people over and over and over every single day, all day long, bitch about the fucking system as they play right into it. Let me tell you what I believe, why these people are all playing into this system. Well, because it's okay because it's them. They can explain it away because it's them. They'll never accept accountability for continuing the system. They'll never accept their own responsibility in being complicit in what is killing the fucking country. They'll never do it because it's them. They have a reason. They have a proper justification. But I'll tell you the fucking real reason. The real reason people are fucking doing this shit, the real reason that people are fucking selling their soul to the devil is fucking money. It's fucking money. Everybody wants all this money. For what? I mean, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I love to have a lot of money. I love having the money I got. I love having the tools and the opportunities to make things happen. However, there's a limit to what I really fucking give a shit about. There's a limit to what I really care about when it comes to money. And I'm surrounded by money. Now here, let's get into that real quick, because for you guys out there, if you ever get into conversations about money, or you want to know how to handle conversations about money, or how other people are handling, or you want to know who you're dealing with and what level they're at, here's the quick breakdown of when you have conversations about money with a person. If you have if conversation comes up about money and the person you're talking to is like, dude, I got so much money, fucking money. I got money falling on my head. Dude, nothing's a worry. Nothing's a worry. It's all good. It's all fucking good. I'll buy it. I'll buy it. If you're talking to somebody that's talking like that, they don't have any money. They just don't have any money. They want you to believe that they've got all the money. They don't have any money. That's not how people with money talk. If you talk to people that think they have a lot of money, they'll talk about it very nervously, or they won't want to talk about it at all. Well, I really don't want to get into numbers. I really don't want to get into money. Dude, don't worry about it. You don't have enough to impress me. So it's just number talk. Like, I work for a business that we run millions and millions and millions of dollars through. Your fucking $4,000 fucking bonus check isn't going to give me a boner. If you talk to rich people, not wealthy people, but rich people, the people right above those people that I just talked about, the people I just talked about, the ones that never want to talk about money, real nervous about talking about money, those are the people that have just a little bit of money, but they're super new to it. They're super new to having money, and they've fallen prey to this notion that as soon as somebody finds out you've got one more dollar than they've got, everybody's going to want it. Yeah. These guys don't know how to handle money. They don't know what having money, real money, is like. Don't pay attention. The people above them, the rich people. The rich people are the ones that are going to be kind of a mix of the bottom two. It's going to be a little bit of, oh yeah, no problem, I can buy that anytime. And it's going to be a little mix of, I don't really want to talk about the numbers. When you talk about wealthy people, here's the interesting thing. When you talk about money with wealthy people, they don't give a shit. They give zero fucks about talking about money. They're not nervous about it at all. They're not apprehensive about it. They don't cower around the subject. They don't get fucking icky and sticky feeling about it. They just talk to you about money, because money's just a tool. Those are the people that I associate with regularly. I talk to people that talk about money like it's a drawer full of wrenches or a bucket full of fucking nails. It's just tools. But yet we've got the massive majority of the fucking population doesn't have any money and wants to talk about money like they got it all, which is why they don't have any money. And they act like they got it all, which is why they don't have any money. And then you got the other fucking people that are at that next level, they're always scared to talk about money. Those are the people that are new to money. They don't want to let that money go. So that demographic of people, in my mind, is the most dangerous to society. The people at the bottom, nobody gives a fuck. We're not paying any attention to you. Your opinions don't really fucking matter because you're really not a contributing member of society, blah, 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 blah. But that next level, those are contributing members of society. Some of them are doing bigger things, not massive, but bigger. But that's the demographic that's going to sell its soul to the devil for a couple of $100,000 a year. That's the demographic that if you came up to them and you said, I got a job for $400,000 a year, they would fucking sell their children to the next fucking highest buyer. They don't give a fuck. They sold their soul to the fucking devil, and they don't want to let the money go. They got a little bit of a taste of a decent life, and they're going to do anything it takes to make that life continue for them. And that in and of itself is a giant fucking issue, because if you get every single person only doing what is good for them, knowing that what is good for them is bad for everyone else in the long run, what do you think's going to fucking happen in the long run? I'm going to ask you guys, all you people out there, throughout fucking COVID, throughout, the Omicron and the other variants, throughout the bird flu, the H1N1, the swine flu, the West Nile virus, all of the people that were faced with decisions to protect freedom to protect sovereignty of individual autonomy, to protect each person's rights as individuals. All of you people that were faced with those decisions handed to you by a corporation and folded, be ashamed of yourselves. There's no other fucking way I'm going to put it. Be fucking ashamed of yourselves. Yeah, you're going to fucking explain it away. Well, I supported my family. I did what was best for my family because my family, and you're full of shit. Because every last one of you knows you could have made it happen. You didn't have to sell your soul. It was just most comfortable, right? That's what it boils down to, right? You didn't have to sell your soul to the system. You didn't have to sell your soul to the devil in trade for money. You did it because it's most comfortable and you're a lazy fuck. Every last one of you, right? Like that's the only conclusion I can draw is that it was the most comfortable course of action. It's not comfortable. I get it. It's not comfortable. It's scary. It's painful. It causes anxiety to have to look for a new career. It's because you stood up for yourself and your autonomy and everybody else around you and their rights as human beings. I understand it's uncomfortable. But bad motherfuckers get uncomfortable. Cowards, they go the easy route. Spineless, weaselly little fucking bitches that cannot fucking stand to do anything but denigrate the fucking freedoms in this country will do whatever is comfortable to save their own ass. Of all the fucking people on this earth today in 2025 that I look up to the most, it's all the quote unquote nobodies, the air quote nobodies out there that gave up everything. That fucking were faced with a decision of tyranny and gave up their entire fucking livelihoods, gave up their careers, gave up their peace of mind, gave up their fucking, their whole fucking emotional structure of happiness to stand for something. Those are the fucking people I respect most. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. If you've got a $30 million car collection, I really fucking don't. Because chances are, if you've got a $30 million car collection, you've got a fucking warehouse full of $12 employees. So I don't find that awesome either. So whatever. But I don't give a shit about your car collection. I don't give a shit if you got the biggest house in the best neighborhood. I don't give a fuck about anything you have. I give a fuck about who you are and what you mean to the fucking continuation of the human race. To the continuation of the freedoms here in America, for the continuation of the way of life that we grew up knowing. I don't give a fuck about all your shit. I don't give a fuck about your money. I don't give a fuck about how you look at me or anybody else. I only give a fuck about how you are aiding the continuation of this country. And if you're hurting it, by saving your own ass, which most people in America are doing, you need to have a long fucking talk in the mirror and ask yourself why you find yourself being so proud of yourself. It's not hard. It's not hard to bend the knee. It's not hard to be a coward. It's not hard to be spineless. It's not hard to sell your soul to the devil because you don't want to do something a little bit more difficult. It's not hard to do whatever the fuck is necessary and be a ghost and a chameleon and a floater to wherever you need to float to so that you can get by. It's not difficult. It's not hard. What's hard is standing for something. What's hard is believing in something. What is hard is taking that stand that you and so many of your fellow countrymen need you and people like you to take. Me to take. My wife to take. That's what's hard. And that is the dividing line where you can see the men from the boys, the women from the girls. When you fucking see a goddamn adult draw a line in the sand and then stick to it, that is a real motherfucker. What we got, though, in this fucking country is an epidemic of motherfuckers that keep telling everybody how they drew the line. But as soon as somebody from their fucking corporation comes down and says, yeah, that line's bullshit, what do they say? Yup, you're right. It's absolute bullshit. I'm sorry. I shouldn't even have drawn it. It's probably your sand. Could you ever forgive me? Then they go home and fucking bitch because they can't live their life. They go home and bitch because the system is fucking every fucking single person in this country. They go home and bitch about everything that they're helping to continue. It's disgusting. It's so fucking disgusting. Like, I'm so done. I'm so glad COVID happened. I really am. I'm so glad COVID happened. I'm so glad I spent the last 5 years watching people's true colors come out, watching all these fucking shit talking patriots go right back to work after the fucking corporation made them give away their life. Go right back to work after the corporation told them, no, you're not free. You ain't free in this country. Not while you work for us. No, no, no. I remember a fucking time growing up where America was free. I remember a time growing up where you could have a job and then you got off of work and you could do whatever the fuck you wanted. I remember a time in America where you could get off of work as a cop, go get fucking wasted and go home. And nobody gave a shit as long as you didn't hurt anybody. They didn't say, oh, well, you know, your off hours alcoholism is really making the force look bad. No, I know you're not. I understand you're not causing any problems for the public or anybody, even yourself, but it's really making the corporation look bad. And while we sit in the fucking back room doing nothing with our time except fucking, you know, consume tax dollars to think up different bullshit scenarios, you know, as we do that, I can't help but notice, I can't help but think about your alcohol. It's so fucking stupid. It's just, I can't wrap my fucking head around, and maybe it's just me. It probably is just me at this point, because I seem to look at what has America got? 340, let's call it 350 million people in this country, and it looks to be about 348 million of them are doing nothing but getting it fucking stuffed in their ass every single day and smiling to the boss while he does it, then going home and bitching about the system. Just seems to be what we're seeing. I don't know. I don't even know how to fix it. We've got so many fucking issues going in this fucking country right now between cultural issues between the religions, Christianity, Judaism, Muslim, Islam, fucking Buddhism, Hinduism. But we've got all that. And then we've got the color thing. We've got white and black and Mexican, brown, yellow, green, you know, we've got all that. And then we've got this whole wealth gap, you know, this whole fucking, wow, white people are rich because they're privileged, you know, because I'm, you know, fucking, what is most people in America make, like fucking $62,000 a year, $38,000 a year take home? While some people are making, you know, $10,000 a year because they refuse to get a fucking job and live off the system. So we've got that whole fucking argument. It's like everywhere you go, you're just arguing. Then you got, you know, service industry as opposed to concierge industry, like the people that use the service industry people to get a good name for themselves. Like, here, I got this client that you're going to do all the work, and then you're going to report to me, and then I'm going to report to the client. Yeah, that's how concierge work. So we've got all, I mean, every single element of this country, of life in this world is just fucked. It's just fucked. And nobody will draw the line anywhere. Nobody will draw the line anywhere. They'll try to draw the line, but they draw that line with a fucking dry erase marker, if you know what I mean. They draw the line to see if anybody will push on it. And if anybody pushes on it, then it's over. And we need to fucking stop this. If all of you motherfuckers that have bent the knee to the system to save your own ass in the short term when you could have done major things long term, every one of you that have done that and you bitch about the system, just shut the fuck up. Let the people that are willing to take a stand actually do the speaking, because you guys are muddying up the airwaves. You guys are fucking clouding up people's brains with your horse shit that you don't even stand behind. We got people like fucking my wife that are quitting fucking phenomenal careers over fucking the corporation running their lives. We got people like me that fucking say what needs to be fucking said every time I come on the fucking internet, every time I come on this podcast. I take the bullets, I take the arrows because this shit needs to be said. I piss the people off that need to be pissed off. I make the people cheer that that deserve to cheer. We need people to start standing up all over the fucking place. And it's not just a handful here and there. We need all of the fucking people in these corporations. When they come to you and say, hey, you can't do that, all of you walk. What happened? What would happen? What would happen if in 2019 and cancer treatment centers come up to everybody and they said, you got to get the vaccine, you can't work here. And every one of those motherfuckers was like, fuck you, and gave them a middle finger. They'd all been back in the office 3 days later. No vax, no mandate, nothing. But what we saw was very different because it was a very, 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 very small, select group of people that were brave enough to not bend the knee to the fucking company. And they got to keep doing their shit. And now what do you got? Now you got all these motherfuckers out here that bent the knee to the company and got the jab that are in the hospital. Myocarditis, enlarging in the heart. Oh, there a sudden adult death syndrome. That's a new one. That's a weird correlation in timing there. But yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I couldn't be more excited. I couldn't be more fucking excited. I absolutely 100% am reveling in every coward out there not saying no and now having medical fucking problems. You didn't do your research, but you did it anyway. Even if you did do your research, you did it anyway, and that makes it worse. So there's absolutely no part in me that feels bad at all, even the slightest little bit, for anybody that got that poke over a mandate from their fucking employer. You deserve everything you fucking got coming. Where that stops, where my heart does go out is the young people, the kids, the people that they just don't know. Their parents are supposed to fucking be the smart ones. Their parents are supposed to be the ones that don't give them poison. But their parents did, because their parents are a virtue signal. Their parents are lazy. Their parents are stupid. Their parents are uneducated. Their parents are too fucking dumb to fucking do any research, or too fucking cowardly to stand up for anything. So their kids are dying now. Those kids are, those are the ones my heart goes out to. I'm really fucking sorry for you guys. All of you motherfuckers out there, all you young people that have fucking died from this shit on the sports fields, or fucking having gigantic life-altering complications because your fucking parents are a piece of shit. My heart really does go out to you. I couldn't imagine what that would be like. To have my fucking parents care so much what everybody else thought of them that they fucking poked me with that kind of juice, that untested bullshit kind of juice, DNA altering kind of juice. I got nothing but love for you kids, man. Sorry it happened to you, but the parents, God, I wish you could suffer every consequences for your kids that you fucking did that to, because this country, because of people like you, is fucked. You know, a lot of my content points at the black community because the black community is nothing but violence. It's nothing but poverty. It's nothing but attitude. But I'm also not going to let go of the fucking community that is the opposite of the black community. The community of people that are, you know, getting dressed up in suits and ties and dresses and skirts and high heels and all this other shit to go to their big executive jobs where they mandate toxic fucking materials to be injected into people. They mandate people give up their fucking freedoms outside of work so that they can maintain an employment position inside of work. You guys have gone like unnoticed, untalked about. So I'm going to start fucking hammering on you guys, because I think that you guys gotten off too easy. You know, all you motherfuckers out here making rules, you guys have gotten off way too fucking easy. I noticed that a lot of the fucking people that are making the mandates don't actually have to partake in the mandates. And that's right down into the corporations. I myself know a good handful of people that are very high executives, and they're the ones in their company that they don't have to do anything that the mandates say. Isn't that interesting? How the executives are always kind of, they can just opt out if they don't want to do it, but nobody else can. We saw it with the fucking jabs. We saw all the fucking executives being able to opt out. We saw all the fucking government opting itself out. The entire government opted itself out. And everybody went to work like, yeah, I'll keep my job. Sure. Yeah. I'll definitely get the jab. I'll definitely get the boosters. I'll definitely, you could die from this. I'm willing to take that risk for this company because it's really doing me good. Now, what happens if I take this mandated vax that you're making me get here and something bad happens? Oh, well, that's on you. Yeah, that's not the company thing. Yeah, but you're making me take it. No. We're not making you take it. No, we're just telling you that our employees are all that. And if you want to be an employee, that's what you got to be. Like you're totally free to not take it. You just can't have a job. This is all of the time now. It's everybody's making decisions for other people by forcing them into a corner. And then they tell them when things go wrong, they say, "Oh, we didn't make you do it. We didn't make you." Yeah, you fucking did. And until fucking cowardly, spineless motherfuckers start standing up against these motherfuckers, they're going to keep doing it. And normal people like you and I are going to keep listening to motherfuckers, keep selling their soul to the devil for money, keep taking it in the ass from the corporation and bitching about it the whole fucking time. Doesn't anybody want this shit to be better? Doesn't anybody want this shit to turn around? Yes, I think everybody does. I think everybody wants it to turn around. Everybody wants this thing to swing back around into the positive. The problem is nobody's willing to take the bullets to do it. Nobody's willing to take a stand to do it. Nobody's willing to take a step back in their own life to do it. All these fucking people out here, they just keep reaching. The fuck are you reaching for? You don't even know who you are as a human. You think money's going to solve that? You got a shitty relationship with your husband or your wife. You think money's going to solve that? You got a shitty relationship with your kids. You think money's going to solve that? Money doesn't solve a fucking thing other than debt. That's it. Every single thing else about human beings, all money does is amplify it. If you're a piece of shit and you get handed a bunch of money, you're going to be a bigger piece of shit. If you're an awesome human being and you get handed a bunch of money, you're going to be an even more awesome human being. That's the way it works. However, it's what you have to do to get that money that also ties into your end status. See, if you have to sell your soul for the money to achieve the status, to achieve the recognition, you're not that great. You're just not. You sold your soul. It's easy. Hollywood, everybody in Hollywood's done it. Like fucking, it's really fucking easy to sell your soul for fucking success. It's hard to stand for something. But what do we see now? Which is a perfect example. What do we see now? What are we seeing? Back in fucking 2019, 2020, 2021, when people like me and Andy Frisella, and not that we're on the same page, but we were saying the same shit, but or on the same level, but we were saying the same shit, all sorts of motherfuckers. We were all saying, don't do that. Don't wear that. Fuck that. Ian Smith, fitness. Like, dude, we were all saying this shit. And we all got fucking canceled. We all got our accounts banned. We all had this shit happen. Many of them to greater extents than others. But what are we seeing now? Back then, everybody that was watching what was happening was be like, oh, dude, they better pull back or they're going to lose everything. They better pull back or they're going to lose everything. And they didn't pull back. And they lost everything. But what do we see now? Every single person that lost everything is 10 times better than they were. Ian Smith, 10 times better than he was. Fucking Tommy Vext, 10 times better than he was. Andy Frisella, First Form as an entire company, 10 times better than they were. Every single person that actually wasn't afraid to take a step back in their own fucking life took 1,000 steps forward. But yet we still get the corporations convincing their fucking dumbass employees that if this job falls through with this corporation, you might not get another job. Fuck you. I'm so fucking tired of it. Like, it's just how many years, how many decades do we have to walk through life as a civilization not learning anything? I mean, absolutely not fucking learning anything. It's unfucking real the amount of shit we just don't fucking learn. If you give your fucking freedoms away, you don't have your fucking freedoms. Yet everybody's giving their fucking freedoms away every single fucking day of their lives. Then they turn around and go, I wonder why our freedoms are being eroded. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Make it make sense. I wish somebody could make this make sense. I just wish somebody, anybody, I don't care who it is. I don't care what religion they are. I don't care what color they are. I don't care if they're a fucking Nephilim giant from the Bible or a baboon out of the fucking forest. Make it make sense to me. How we have so many people selling America up the fucking river, not standing for anything, not believing for anything, not giving a shit about anything about this fucking country, about their fucking lives, about the future of their kids' lives in this fucking country. Make it make sense how we have so many fucking people and everybody expects it to be different. You know why everybody expects it to be different? Because everybody expects somebody else to take the fucking bullets. Everybody expects somebody else to fucking draw all the arrows. So somebody will come along and save us. Somebody will come along and save us. I don't got to do the work. Why would the work fall on me? Oh, no, we can't do that. No, somebody else will have to come and save us because I'm uncomfortable if I do the saving. It's just disgusting. It's just fucking disgusting. Guys, if you got an idea on how you can make this make sense to me, please email me in. SavagelyLoudPodcast@gmail.com. I do own the Savagely at Gmail. God, I'm so flustered. So flustered over this fucking topic. I get so fiery when it comes to people giving away freedoms in America, and they don't realize it, and then you clue them in, and then they do it anyway because it's beneficial to them. It's just it's hard to watch everybody in this country not have a fucking spine, but. Guys, if you got any questions, comments, concerns, you got show ideas, you got something to say, email me, SavagelyLoudPodcast@gmail.com. I do own SavagelyLoud.com, but I don't know, it's going to be a process because I'm a one-man show. So I'm learning how to do I got to do a new intro. I just got the fucking video intro done. I didn't know how to make a fucking video to save my life until this fucking intro. Now I got to redo this shit. But it'll be all right because I'm continuously learning, and I would much rather do 10 times more work and live a meager life than sit on my fucking ass and get paid. I'm just that kind of dude. I'm just so fucking. You ever get that? Seriously, you ever get that where you get so passionate about a fucking topic, about a subject, that you can't concentrate on anything else? You don't know where you were going or where you've been. All you can see is red, and it has to do with this thing. Oh, God. You know what we need to do is we need to bring this shit back around. We need to pick up the mood. We need to bring back the levity. What we need to do is we need to get into a little segment that we call Hopelessly Human, and it starts a little bit like...
People can be really rough. They can be quite tough. They can get in the way, but at the end of the day, some aren't only stupid, some are hopelessly human.
Alrighty, for today's Hopelessly Human segment, just to clue you in, if you're new to the show or you're not familiar, our Hopelessly Human segment here, at the end of every show, we do a segment called Hopelessly Human, and it's just a story about somebody being totally awesome as a human being, helping out somebody else without cost or debts or, worrying about, well, what religion are they? What skin color are they? What gender are they? They just jump in and be a human to a human. And today's story is, I don't know when it's from, actually. It's a little bit shorter of a story, but So in 2014, this woman named Lauren Prezioso, Prezioso, if I'm butchering that name, I'm sorry. But in 2014, Lauren Prezioso was enjoying a day at the beach at Coffs Harbour Creek in New South Wales, Australia. And fuck Australia, by the way, because everything about Australia sucks now. Their government has fucking ruined everything there. I had to interject. Let's restart. I know, hopelessly human. We're supposed to pick it up. In 2014, Lauren Prezioso was enjoying a day at the beach at Coffs Harbour Creek in New South Wales, Australia, with her husband and her young son. Suddenly, she heard a mother's cries for help. Her two boys were being swept out to sea. The family had moved to Australia from Africa, and the boys could not swim. Watching the children get pulled beneath the surface, Prezioso waited, hoping someone would do something. When no one did, she dove into the water herself. Here's the kicker, despite being 8 months pregnant. She reached the boys and held them up in the water, one in each arm. Though Prezioso was a strong swimmer with lifeguard training, she was unable to keep her head up and swim to shore with the boys in her arms. Just as she was about to go under, a similarly heroic fellow beachgoer pulled them to safety. A man, Prezioso contends, is the true hero. Just 23 short days after the rescue, Lauren Prezioso gave birth to a healthy daughter, Mila, M-I-L-A. I really thought that was a fucking cool story because, she's 8 months pregnant. Like any mother in that scenario, I believe, and I totally could be fucking wrong because I'm a dude, so I don't know what it's like to be pregnant. But I would think that any mother in that scenario or expectant mother, your initial reaction was like, I'm fucking pregnant. I can't drown my baby. I hope somebody does something. And I totally would understand that. But she said, fuck it. The baby's going to be a hero too. Let's fucking dive in and get this shit done. Guys, one more time, if you want to help me out, go to Instagram, Savagely Loud podcast page on Instagram. You can find a personal link to my page, Savagely Loud, which is where I'm most active. If you want all that incendiary bullshit, yep, go there, find me there. We're growing. I'm growing in numbers every single day, growing in reach, growing in getting a lot of more friends and, talking to a lot more people, gaining more relationships and this and that and the other thing. You can find me on Facebook at Savagely Loud. You can find me on YouTube, Savagely Loud Podcast. Let me know, guys, if you're having trouble finding the page. I had some people tell me that they were having some problems finding the page. So I think I got it fixed, but I might not have it fixed. But you can get me there. You can also, please, Spotify and iTunes, give me a review, rate the show, do what you got to do, help me out, and I'll keep making the content. Later, guys.